Okay, so here we are, downtown Maryville, Tennessee, and we are heading to Cades Cove picnic area in the Smoky Mountains. So we're going to drive through Maryville, Tennessee, up through Townsend, Tennessee, into the Smoky Mountain National Park, turn right at the Loop Road, and then head over to the picnic area. It's a beautiful day. It's 49 degrees here in East Tennessee. So from Maryville, we're going to take 321 north. And you can probably see the sign up ahead that says Townsend, Smoky Mountains. Today we're in the old Blazer. I have a 98 Chevy Blazer. Just a little bit smaller than the 23 Tundra. I like it better on smaller mountain roads. And looking at my dash, it appears we're going to be making a stop just on the outskirts of Maryville as we need to get fuel. All right, we're not going to stop at this easy stop. There's another easy stop further up the road. So if you're heading up to the Smoky Mountains, the grocery store we just passed is kind of the last large grocery store, kind of town grocery store. It's a Food Lion over here on 321 North. There is another grocery store in Townsend. It's a lot smaller. It's a IGA, International Groceries Association store. But they do have a great hot bar at that IGA in Townsend. If you're interested in some pre-made meals, it's a great place to stop. We'll drive by there. I'll talk about that when we get there. All right, so we're going to stop here at this Exxon, the easy stop. If you're driving through here and you want a snack, this Callaway's is a pretty good place to stop and get a burger or a breakfast sandwich or something like that. So we're going to stop here and get gas, and I'll be back. Okay, and we're back. You'll notice the some people call them mountains or hills. You'll see that the peaks of the mountain up ahead of us makes a W. Ironically, the town right up there is called Walland, W-A-L-L-A-N-D. See that peak, the W? That's Walland. This is the Foothills Parkway. It goes to the right, to the left. To the left goes to Wares Valley and Pigeon Forge. To the right, I want to say is Chilhowie Lake. That's a question mark. If I'm right, I'll leave it in like that. If it's wrong, put a note up. I think it's Chilhowie Lake. There's a dam on that lake called Chilhowie Dam, and I want to say it was built to power the Aluminum Company of America, Alcoa, here in Alcoa, Tennessee. And they have power lines running direct from the dam to the plant, and it was at full capacity. It's since kind of downsized drastically. A lot of the plants have closed down, been redeveloped. All right, so we're coming into the town of Townsend, Tennessee. Their moniker or nickname, I guess, is the peaceful side of the Smokies. It's actually the other side of the Smokies is. So when we get up here into Townsend, we're going to have to stop at the National Park Visitor Center and get a parking pass. Everybody has to get a parking pass. If you're going to stop and park and go potty, stop at the picnic area, whatever it is, you better stop and get a parking pass. It's like $10, good for the entire year. So you have to stop and get a parking pass. It's not a big deal. Okay, we're back. Just so everybody knows, it's $40 for a parking pass in the Smoky Mountain National Park. I don't know why. I used to think it was $10. Now it's $40. And they have a, you have to write your license plate number on the tag itself. So I'll show that to you. Stop up here at the picnic area. They want to make sure you don't share this parking tag with anybody else you know. I don't remember having to put the license plate number on the last one. But what do you know? I'm only getting older. Probably had to. All right, if you fly fishing stores over here on the left, Little River Fly Shop. Stop in, say hi to Daniel for me. All right, so this is left 321 north. Take you to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge through Wares Valley. We may come back through Wares Valley on the way back into Maryville. There's a restaurant over there called Elvira's, and she is a really neat lady. If you ever stop, want some really good food, Wares Valley, Elvira's. Yes, the same name as the Mistress of the Dark back 20, 30 years ago. But no, she's a sweetheart, and yeah, food is really, really good. There's a lot of campgrounds up here. You can park your trailer, pitch a tent, rent little cabins that look like Home Depot sheds, but you know, ideally you're only sleeping in it, right? You're sleeping in this Home Depot shed, and then you're out in the wilderness, out in the mountains. That's the idea, right? So Great Smoky Mountains National Park, right there. It's a great place to stop, get the picture. But we're going to turn right at the Y. Up here is the Y. You can buy your parking pass over here in a machine over here at the Y as well if you then stop at the visitor center. But you know what? Stop at the visitor center. Talk to some people. Don't feed the wildlife. You'll see some of the stonework here on like the tunnels and on the sides of the road, you know, to keep people from driving into the river. Most of the stonework, the stone cutting and everything that was done in the early 1900s was done, the labor came from Europe to do it. I think Italy to come in and do all the stonework. Again, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. Yeah, see the stonework down by the river? Don't fly fishing. Look how dense the big trees are. Okay, I'm going to take you along the drive this time. So we walked it once, and now we're going to drive it. You can see why I like the smaller vehicle up here. Ooh, smoky. You know what? Let's go down here and look at the store. Okay. The store and where the riding stables are and stuff like that. And then we'll turn around and head back, I think. All right, I'm gonna roll up the windows here real quick. Riding stables, hay rides, carriage rides. Check this out. I don't know that we've ever done this. I've seen the carriages out and about, and I've seen the horses out and about. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's pretty neat. They're open from 9 to 3:30. Looks like every single day. And if you come up in the Restrooms are closed at the picnic area. It appears the restrooms here are open. All right, let's go down to the little store here. Right over here is the store. Registration area for the campground. You have to be registered to go beyond that point. I am not registered. But you know what? Let's go check it out. What do you say? Let's go check this place out. So we have tent camping. Lots of tent camping. I won't have the microphone, but this one. So we have lots of tent camping here. Looks like we have some trailer camping here. There's the restrooms up top, there in the middle. There's a dump station over here to my right. Do not enter. There's a stop sign going the other way. What do you think? I don't know. Okay, go this way. Let's go this way. So we have going. So up here, this campground has fire pits. It has the same barbecue that we saw at the picnic area. You can see there's like a tent pad back there. You can see the tent pad, the fire pit, picnic area, tent pad. You're like on top of your neighbors, but this isn't all that bad, right? Does not appear to be power. I see a lot of generators. So I was wrong. Some of these pads do have power. You can see the power on the right there. You just have to know which ones you want. I would assume that on the website, when you reserve your spot, that you'll know which ones have power and which ones don't. So the poles, let me get closer here. Let's see what I'm talking about. So the pole on the other end of that picnic table is so that you can keep your food up out of the way. I don't know why they're not everywhere. Maybe that specific location with that specific pole is for something else. That is a monster ass. Alrighty. Interesting. Okay, so we're heading back home, and just so you're all aware, there is no cell phone service up here. You are in a dead zone. We're about 30 miles, I think, from downtown Maryville. I think that's about right. Which is where, you know, like the largest grocery stores and the most shopping on this side of the Smoky Mountains will be found. When we get up here to the Y, if you continued on this road, you would end up in Gatlinburg at the ranger station there. And then from there, you could continue on to Cherokee, North Carolina. But I think we're just going to head back into Maryville. We might stop at Townsend Coffee in Townsend. Grab something hot to drink. It's about 11:30 in the morning here. It's a beautiful day, as you can see. So you'll notice we're going on a downhill grade and the people in front of us have their brake lights on. I was with somebody one time and they were complaining about people up in front having their brake lights on going downhill, and that if they really wanted to protect their brakes, they'd put their car in like third gear or second gear or low or whatever the transmission offered, instead of just riding your brakes. Let the transmission control how that goes. So yeah, but most people driving cars today know that there's an R and a P and a D, and everything else is like, I don't know why I have to keep moving my gear shift through all that. All I need is P, R, and D, right? But there's 1, 2, 3, and N for a reason. And we're back. Sorry about that. The windshield starts heating up, the suction changes. I don't know if you noticed, but the Ranger turned on their lights in front of us, and that's because the car in front of us was going over the 35-mile-an-hour speed. So the rivers up here are spring fed. Obviously, sometimes it snows and then you have snow melt, but almost all the water that we see coming through these rivers are spring fed. And if you're out hiking, you can see, wow, where's this water coming from? It's just bubbling up from under a rock or just out of the ground, or it's really interesting. Alright, so we're coming up to the Y. Like I said, if you go straight, you go to Gatlinburg and Cherokee, North Carolina. You turn left, you go to Townsend, and we're going to turn left. If you decide you're going to go swimming or whatever else, be careful at the Y. The water really is moving. There's big rocks. People drown up here all the time. There's a burger place over here, right here on the right, called Burger Master. They have amazing burgers in there. Fries are great, milkshakes, etc. Definitely recommend. Right up here, we're back to Little River Outbuilders, Little River Outfitters, doing fly fishing camp. Inside, we're going to stop over here at this coffee spot. It's really hard to just go get a cup of coffee when directly behind it is a creamery that has just amazing ice cream. But you know, hopefully they're closed and then I don't feel bad for passing them up, right? Oh man, the sign says open. What are you gonna do? Well, we're gonna just get a cup of coffee. That's what we're gonna do.